Oh, good morning. Like, at least we have a little sunshine here today. And, the weather's warmer, right? Not sure it's spring yet, but well, as you guys know, probably all of you that are with me today know, but yoga is literally means from Sanskrit to bind together mind, body, and soul. And sometimes we forget that because here in the West, we're so focused on how it's exercise. And I think the reason that I've really connected with yoga is because of that mind, body, soul connection. That's what keeps me coming back. And so as you practice, I want you to think of, just satisfying your soul when you're doing the poses because you're already doing the physical and you're already doing the mental because you have to think about it. But how could you express yourself to satisfy your soul? So, ancient script, yogic script, which it's been around for thousands of years, shows that the yogic path is actually eightfold, and the asana or the poses are only one of the 8 limbs of yoga. So the other limbs deal with, just getting in touch with your soul, basically, and getting closer to God, if you will. In the end, that's the ultimate goal. So think about that. Close your eyes. Reconnect your thoughts and your breath. Just inviting in prana or life force. And then take a moment to really appreciate the pause that happens at the top of your breath after you've inhaled, and the pause that happens after you exhale, before you inhale. Those little sweet spots of your breath. Now let go of focusing on your breath and just bring hands to heart center. I believe when we take the time to connect with body, mind, and soul, all three, get them working all in the same direction, we're much more likely to catch the grace that's always around us and within us. Please lower your hands, open your eyes, and come on into child's pose. And as you stretch back into child's pose, just take a moment to notice your breath here. Notice your various body parts and joints and how they're feeling. The trick is staying with your breath and your body. Connecting as best you can. Go ahead and stretch your arms out and come up on fingertips so that you can feel a little stretch in your shoulders. Maybe even breathe a little deeper, longer. And then bring your hands flat and make your way up to all fours position. Knees under hips, hands spread wide, and then start to move in a big figure eight. Even close your eyes here so you can really feel that. And then change the direction of your movements. You notice any difference in how it feels one side to the other. And then pause right in the middle with a flat back. If you have the weight spread on your hands. And then very slowly, starting with your tail, move into a cow position. So like a big curve in your back. And then pause at I call it at the bottom of cow because where you feel extended the most. And just notice if you can engage your rib cage back a little more, let your heart come forward. And then move in the opposite direction. So start with the tail, round low back, middle back, upper back. And then pause at the top of your cat position. And then with your next inhale, come back to cow. And exhale, round to cat. Just move through the two poses a few times. One more each way. And then pause with a flat back. And just kind of reach your left arm up. Pause there with that little bit of a twist. Feels like work. Lengthen through the back of your neck. Good. And then thread that arm underneath or thread the needle. And you can stay here with your right hand kind of holding you, or you could bring your right hand up and maybe move it back behind you, just kind of a more restful position, either to the hip or behind you. Because you're going to stay for a few minutes. So notice the breath in this position. Even weirder than child's pose. You can draw your back of neck long, really draw the sternum back to get a good shoulder stretch. And then slowly make your way back up to all fours. And we'll switch. So now extend the right arm. Just feel that twist position feels different than the other side. And then thread it underneath. And if you liked moving your left arm to a different position, feel free to get a stretch. It feels good. And breathe into that twisted up torso. It's hard to get a deep breath going there. And one more breath. And then unwind and go ahead and sit back to a child's pose again. And then slowly come on back up to all fours. Spread the weight on your hands. Lift your right knee out to the side and just start to make small circles with your right knee. You can make them bigger if that feels good. And then switch direction of your circles. Good. And then extend that leg straight behind you, hips square to the floor. Connect with your core, add the left arm. Think long back of neck. Extend through the top of your head. Maybe flex and point your toes. Maybe move your hand around. Open up the wrist a little more. Draw your low belly up. Rib cage back. And hold. And breathe. One more breath. And on the exhale, bring both limbs down. We'll go for that on the other side. So lift the left knee. Begin making circles. Warm it up. Keep strong through your core. Switch directions. Good, and then extend it long. Make sure you're square, you're stable. Extend your right arm. Flex and point if that feels good and you feel stable. You can move your wrist around. Think long spine, stable spine. And on your next exhale, lower down. Go ahead and grab your block to bring under your hands if you want. You don't have to. Step your right foot up beside the block. And then go ahead and lift the back knee. Crack, crack. Yeah, and just feel that position. You can lift and lower the heel, stretch out the foot. Stretch out the calf. Good, and then pause where you feel stable and connected to the ground. Just bring your right hand to your right hip. And I like to think thumb and hip crease, draw that back. so it stays stable, and then just twist to your right. You hadn't noticed yet, I'm gonna have you hold things a little bit longer. I think it gives you more time to really connect mind, body, and soul. So how do you want to express yourself in each pose? Good. And unwind, touch down, lower the back knee, and come on up to Anjane position. Stretch your arms. And go allowing your soul to shine out. I like to do it with each breath. I think inhale, I'm really engaged. Feel the floor helping me, maybe drawing energy from the earth up into my heart. And on the exhales, I can shine out, express myself. Good, and touch down. Lift the back knee again. Move your left block and hand to the left a little bit more. And then sweep your right arm up, open up to that twist again. And this time let your heart open up a little more. Full breath. And reach back down. Step back, move the block back in, step back to a downward facing dog. And extend the left leg. And then step it through to a deep lunge. Good. And pause there. Feel the stretch, lift and lower the heel a couple times. I know. Some days are like that. And then the right hand stays on the block, left hand to the hip. Lengthening your spine, just twist to your left. What can you notice in this stretch? Good, and unwind, lower the knee this time. And make your way, Anjaneyasana. Pulling energy up from the ground through your legs into your heart. And then extending, stretching out to the fingertips, back through the ground. And touch down. Lift the back knee again. This time, bring the right block out to the side. If you're using a block, sweep the left arm up, open up. Deep lunge twist. Explore a little bit. See how it feels. Move the shoulders on the back more. Lift your heart up, but you're supported. Good. And then touch down. Set both blocks off to the side and step back to a downward dog. And just kind of find your down dog by just kind of moving a little bit, swaying, whatever it takes to really feel all parts of your body in the pose. Feel the weight distributed in your hands and your feet. And then eventually ending up in a position where you feel super connected to your body. And then you can pause there and just hold it. And then just see what you can feel in this position of stableness, connection, thoughts. See if you can hold it for 3 more breaths. And then on your next inhale, come forward to plank. And then lower down to the mat, however you can. I'm lowering my knees for this first one. And bring your hands forward and wide for funky cobra. Stretch your feet long. Rib cage back, long back of neck. Lift up and then just kind of move however it feels good. Just kind of flossing your shoulder blades, opening things up in the back. And then come on down, stretch your hands by your hips. If you want, forehead down. I always like to start that way. Lift your legs and feet. Long side body, head of the arm bone back. Lift your head and shoulders. Shalabhasana. You can really feel your breath here. So feel the evolution of your pose as you breathe. Two more breaths. And on your exhale, relax down to the floor. Go ahead and push back all the way to child's pose. You can stack your hands under your forehead if you'd like. Breathe deep into the belly, into the low back. And then make your way up to your hands and knees again. I'm going to grab the blocks and come to a downward facing dog. And then extend your right leg. And then step it through to deep lunge. And then step your left foot forward between the blocks, forward fold. And holding the forward fold, just notice you're connected through all parts of your feet. I like to sway forward and back a little bit just to see their weight in the big toe, all the toe mounds, both sides of the heels. You sway in a big circle, you really feel it in all parts of your feet. Good. And then when it feels like, oh yeah, I'm right in the middle. Just pause. Allow your head to relax down. And then on your next inhale, slide your hands up on your shins and pranam. Exhale, fold. And do that again. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. And then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, all the way up to standing. And just feel that position. Everyone, take a step back away from your blocks for a moment so you don't trip on them. And then stand on your right foot, lift your left heel. Engage your core, lift the knee. And then see if you can interlace your hands in front of your knee. Yeah, it's always different. See what you can feel. Keep the hips square to the front. Maybe lift the knee a little higher. And then release it. And switch. Lift the heel first. Really engage the core and then lift the knee. See if you can interlace. All that traveling. And release. Good. I'm going to give you, sometimes the second time around it's easier. We'll go back to the first side. The knee. Bring your hands off to the side. Move the knee back so it's side by side. Reach back with your right hand or your left hand, find the foot. Extend the right arm up. Release the foot. About bringing the knee forward and down. That one plays with your mind a lot. Okay, let's move to the other side. Lift the heel, then the knee. Release the hands to the side. Move the foot back. Find foot with the hand. Lengthen up. Release the foot. Bring it forward. And back down. Good. Interlace your hands. And then interlace them the opposite way. Press your palms forward and stretch them up. And arc to your right. And up and over to the left. Come back to center. And release your hands. Really stretch up long. And then bring hands down through heart center. Good, step up between your blocks again if you're using blocks. Inhale, stretch your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Pranam. and fold. Step your right foot back to deep lunge. Lower the back knee with the exhale. Inhale, hug to the midline, Anjaneyasana. Think of that, exposing your soul here. And on the exhale, touch down, lift the back knee, find stability, and then come on up to crescent warrior. And touch down. Nice. Step back to a downward facing dog. Bend your right leg, bend the knee, open up to wild dog. Keep being mindful of your shoulders. Staying square, it's just your hips that kind of move. Good, square up the hips, step the right foot through, deep lunge. Lower the back knee, touch up Anjane. Touch down, lift the back knee. Find stability, come up crescent. Please touch down, nice. Step back, downward facing dog. Bend the left leg, bend the knee, open up wild dog. So stack left hip on top of right, shoulders stay square to the floor. And square up the hips and step that foot through, deep lunge. Good, step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. Step the right foot back to deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. And then come up to warrior two position. And just kind of use your mind to see if your alignment feels good and right. Add the arms when you're ready. If you can still see your big toe, you're probably tracking straight. Draw energy from the ground up your legs into your heart and extend back out through all limbs, all directions. Turn the corners of your mouth up. Looking at your left hand, turn the palm up and go for a reverse. So right arm down, left arm up, reverse warrior. And come back, warrior two. And then Parsvakonasana, either elbow to knee or your blocks there if you want that. Feel a deep stretch. Engage with your upper back, your arms, maybe stretch the arm by your ear, palm facing down. Lengthen through the top of your head. Look at the blocks. Touch your hand down. Turn your heel up. Step back, downward dog. Extend the right leg and step it through deep lunge. Ground the back heel down. Make your way mindfully up to warrior two position. Add the arms. Every pose gives you an opportunity to feel things in a different way, even from one side to the other. Express in a different way, even one side to the other. And turn the palm up, reverse it. Keep breathing. And come back, warrior two, and then Parsvakonasana. Feeling, observing. Maybe stretching arm by the ear. Feel the back foot grounded. And one more breath. Look at the blocks. Touch down, turn the back heel up. Just set the blocks off to the side and step back. Down dog. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale, make your way to cobra or whatever variation you want. Let's stay for a few breaths. Thinking of lengthening out whole spine. One more breath. And lower down. And push back to all fours. And have you find the blocks. Downward facing dog. And then make your way up to the front of the mat into a forward fold. However you want to get there, it's fine with me. And then grabbing a hold of your blocks, bring them in front of you, straight up from the little toe side, and turn them to the highest height. And then you're gonna have to play with the positioning of them a little bit so that you really feel all the weight in your feet. So I'm gonna bend my knees slightly so I don't feel like I'm really holding myself up with my hands. I've got the weight in my feet. Okay, now way forward and back. So you got the weight in the heels as well as the balls of the feet. Shift your weight to your left foot and reach your right foot back, straight back, hips still stay square. And then play with this a little bit. Your block position. Think if I draw my low belly up a little bit and really engage the core, maybe I can get lighter on onto my fingertips. Good, and then bring that foot down. And just come on up to standing for a moment. Feels good to stand after all that bending forward. But we do have another side. So come on back down. Make sure the weight's right in the middle of your feet. Shift your weight to your right foot. Extend the left foot back. Just checked. My toes pointing straight down. Am I drawing my low belly up? Am I drawing my rib cage back? So I feel most of the weight right in my right foot. Good, and then release the foot down. Grab the blocks, bring them back by your feet. And then step your right foot back just far enough that you can ground it down, the heel and the ball of the foot, and bend the left knee. So it's warrior two position, but kind of a short warrior two, and then bring your hands to your front knee. Now keep weight right in the middle of your left foot. Lean forward, come onto the ball of your right foot. Engage your core, maybe lift the right foot up. And touch it down. Good. Hands to the blocks and step forward. And switch sides. So left foot back so you can ground it down. Everything's squared up. Bend the front knee, hands to the front thigh. Find your stability here before you do anything else. And then lean forward. Maybe lift the back heel. And maybe lift the back leg. Lengthen your spine long. And touch down. Good, hands to the blocks. Step back. Down dog. And then step forward. Forward fold right between the block. Turn the toes out if you want. Come down to a deep squat. I've got a little friendly ladybug here with me. I don't know. It's one of those Asian beetles, those stinky ones, but I'm not going to kill you. You just go over there. Yeah, I've been having them and box elder bugs, I think, because the warm weather, they're confused. Oh, wow. This position feels kind of nice. Maybe we should just stay here. But I have one more variation I want to do. So come on up to forward fold. You probably won't need your blocks here. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so now we're just going to go into warrior 3 the normal way and just see if it doesn't feel easier because you've done all that prep work. So let's try it. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Run on. And fold. Step the left foot back. Let's just do that first. Deep lunge. Come on up, crescent. Feel grounded through both feet. Stretch the arms. Hips are square. Hands to heart center. Lean forward. Shift the weight. Lift the back leg. Breathe. Good. Touch it down. Touch the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Down dog. You want to step through, you can, or you can step both feet forward and step the right foot back. So your choice. To deep lunge with the right leg back. Find your stable position. Come up crescent. Find stability. Connection. Hands to heart center. Use your core, lean forward. Shift the weight, lift the back leg. Warrior 3. Touch the foot down, nice. Step forward, forward fold. And then deep squat again. And sit back, lay all the way down to the mat. Take a moment to feel your body in this position. Tuck your knees in. And just move the knees side to side a little bit. Kind of massage your low back. And then grabbing a hold of your kneecaps, push the legs away till your arms are straight. And just keep rocking side to side, maybe massage the glutes a little bit. And then let go of your left foot, bring it flat, and hug your right leg a little closer in. And then move the knee towards your armpit. And bring the foot up. So your knee's bent, your foot's like trying to step flat. Bring your right elbow to the inside of the knee and reach up in front of the shin. Grab the little toe side. Use the hand as a stopper for half happy baby. If this feels good, but you want more stretch, extend the left leg long. And just kind of feel it out a little bit. Have happy baby. And then bending the left knee again if it's extended, foot flat. Release your right foot, bring the ankle across the left thigh. And maybe interlace behind the left thigh, getting more of a hip stretch. Maybe roll side to side a bit. I like that because it gives me different stretch. And then please unwind. Right foot stays flat, left knee hugs in. Bring it a little wider. Lift the foot, elbow on the inside, reach across the shin to the little toe side. Maybe extend the right leg. Have happy baby. And bending the right knee. Go with the left foot, bring the ankle across. Interlace behind. Maybe walk a little. Where it feels good. And then unwind. Shift to feel comfortable, neutral position for your back and extend out into Shavasana. And reconnecting with your breath. Notice if your jaw is locked, just release it. Every exhale gives you an opportunity to let go. Release into the floor. Release any tension you're feeling. Soften your face. And your shoulders, arms, hands. Glutes, knees, and the bottoms of your feet. Down one more time. This any lingering muscle energy. I like to think of my breath as like a bellows, just fanning the little flame in my heart every time I focus in on the breath. Fans the flame that's within me. These thoughts from Julia Cameron. I count myself fortunate to be my own companion on life's journey. I'm interested by my thoughts and perceptions. I'm conscious of the many gifts I bring to living: my stamina, my humor, my perceptions, my integrity. I count myself lucky to be responsible for my own unfolding. I appreciate my commitment to being personally responsible for the caliber of my life, for undertaking an active role in the quality of my own life. I applaud my ability to act decisively on my own behalf, to seek out persons and activities which are of interest to me. I remind myself that I am lucky indeed to have someone of my own caliber as my constant friend, my loyal ally. Rather than berate myself for shortcomings or imagine flaws, I cherish the many parts of my character which make me a pleasure in my own life. And he takes the time to exercise mind, body, and soul as one unit. You'll find that you really do enjoy yourself. Start to move small ways, maybe by just feeling your breath and how the breath allows your body to move. Take your time. Tucking your knees in, rolling to the side. Come on up to seated. Just take a moment when you get to that position. Scan and feel. Appreciate what you've done for yourself. Please bring hands to heart center. Each of you brings so much pleasure to my life, so I appreciate that. And I bow to the beautiful light within each of you. Namaste. Thank you guys at home. All right, well, see you here in the